Iwasan na ang mga bisyo, sports ang laging iisipin. Sa droga ay huwag paalipin, buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo, sports ang laging iisipin. Sa droga ay huwag paalipin, buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo, sports ang laging iisipin. Sa droga ay huwag paalipin, buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na!
Malapit na sumapit ang alas 4, meaning niyan magsisimula na ang aksyon dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. And for the third time this year, we are coming to you live from the Alonte Sports Complex in Binyan City, the city of life. And in our first game, we feature Jason Ballesteros, the premier big man of the Quezon City Toda Action. He will be facing a familiar foe on the other side in the person of Greg Slaughter. These two former Gilas 1 big men will be gutting it out in our first game, and James Siena will be making his MPBL debut today for the Manila SV Batang Sampaloc SGA. It's going to be a big matchup in our first game, Quezon City versus Manila, later on at 6 o'clock p.m. The Pampanga Giant Landas will be looking to sustain their winning run against the Negros Muscovados. And at 8 o'clock p.m., the Binyan Beast Motorcycle Tire Tatak Gel will be defending their home floor against the South Cotabato Warriors. Good afternoon to everybody watching on MPTV Channel 98 on Signal, Satellite Channel 53 on the Pilipinas Live app, as well as on our Facebook and YouTube channels. This is Javi Palanya alongside Coach Juanito Gregorio. Now, Juanito, two questions, all right? First, of course, What are you looking forward to this matchup between Greg Slaughter and Jason Ballesteros? Pangalawa, what do you think James Sena can bring to the table for this Manila team?
Well, number one, James Sena will be adding that internal offensive threat that he have always had wherever he plays. And of course, Greg Slaughter versus Jason Ballesteros, offense versus defense. Two guys that are really wanting this win. Very important game for both of these teams. So maganda ang ating araw dito sa MPBL.
Both of these players are really looking forward to playing against each other. It's been a while since they played with each other or against each other. To introduce a third member of our broadcast panel, let's bring in Miss Andrea Indicio. Andrea, good afternoon to you.
First of all, magandang hapon sa inyong dalawa at syempre sa ating mga kaligan. Yes, I do have an update from QC with them facing Manila for our today's first game. Ibinahagi nga sa akin ni Coach Egay Macaraya that they did have a Bible study session prior to this game. At syempre, ang topic na pinag-usapan nila walang iba kundi ang kwento ni na David at Goliath with the huge bigs of Manila that they see as their Goliath. Kung paano nga ba nila tatalunin ang Goliath na ito, just like in the story, ibabahagi ko sa inyo maya-maya lamang. Javi and Coach Renito.
Oh, that's going to be very interesting. Very apt for today's matchup against the Manila SV Batang Sampaloc SGA. Let's talk about the team standings, beginning with the Southern Division. Now, here in the South, it's only Quezon who remains unbeaten.
Well, no, Quezon still a perfect perfect season for them. 9-0 to start the season. Zamboanga, Batangas, Davao, a very close Southern Division. But South Cotabato, which will be having a game later, number 5 right now, wanting to go over to number 3 with a win later.
And you can see there in the middle, may mga teams talaga with identical records. So you know it's still going to be a tight race. Here in the Northern Division, Juanito, what's happening?
Well, Manila right now, after having that 2 straight wins, is now at number 4. After a slow start in the season, they have now really gotten their rhythm. Is now one of the top teams. Quezon City, on the other end, started strong here in the season. A little struggle the past few games, but Quezon City, with the talent they have, I'm sure would want to get into that playoff picture.
We all know that their record is definitely not an evidence of the work that they have put in this season. They've lost some games and some of them by a close margin. Kaya naman, Coach Egay Macaraya hopes that this game they would get a victory to improve their confidence and hopefully get more victories as the season goes on. Let's talk about the last game of the Manila SV Batang Sampaloc SGA. It was a strong start to that game against the Rizal Golden Coolers. They led 24-10 after the first quarter, 42-26 at the half. But by the end of the third quarter, Rizal came back down from as much as 19 points to enter the fourth quarter just down by 9, but Manila was able to foil multiple rallies by Rizal to be able to get a 75-67 victory.
A different kind of ball game para dito sa Manila. Usually a team that starts very slow, but in that last game started strong, never looked back, and just winning over Rizal in that last game. You see in the numbers, outside shooting was the name of the game, +8 on the 3-pointers. Now on the rebounding end, they've already been a strong rebounding team. Now with the addition of Greg Slaughter, and now today James Sena, I'm sure that they'll be trying to control the rebounding once again.
Wow, 55 rebounds, but kudos to Rizal for still plucking down 44 rebounds against a very tall Manila squad. Let's talk about Greg Slaughter. Juanito, he's played 2 games here this season, but he is our best player of the week, and he also notched his second best player of the game award against the Golden Coolers. This time it was a huge double-double for him, 16 and 19.
You know, as they say, height is might. At 7-footer, Greg Slaughter really overpowering everybody on the inside. 16 points, 7 of 13, very efficient on the inside. 19 rebounds, 5 assists and 2 blocks. A complete game for Greg Slaughter in that last game. And what they say is he is only at 70%, so I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more Greg Slaughter.
And Greg is just looking to improve as he continues to adjust back to the physicality of Philippine basketball. Back when I was talking to him about his experience in Japan. In Japan kasi talagang mag-iingat ka dun sa mga fouls mo. Dito, you can let loose a bit and play some more physical basketball. Tawid tayo sa kabilang panig. Let's talk about the last game of the Quezon City Toda Action. After a 3-point victory against Iloilo, they lost by the same margin against South Cotabato after a good start to this game. It was in the third quarter where it all made the difference para dito sa Quezon City because they were outscored 17-6, which made South Cotabato enter the fourth quarter, tying the game up at 45, and they eventually prevailed.
You're right, Javi. They started this game very strong. In the first half, they had a good lead, but eventually in the second half, the veterans of South Cotabato really stepping up big time. That's why they were able to get that win. Where did they lose this game? Efficiency. 32% only for Quezon City. For a team that runs a lot, they were not able to be efficient. Now on the rebounding end, they were minus 14 points in the paint, minus 6. But one good thing for Quezon City is that everybody they put in can step up. The question is, how consistent can these players be for today's ball game?
They did it in 3 quarters against South Cotabato. Can they do it for 4 here against Manila? And those 39 rebounds, those sure aren't enough in this game against Manila. Which team will be prevailing in our first game? Will it be Manila extending their winning run, or will Quezon City get back in the win column? Let's go to Richard Tapos.
Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 6, presented by Extreme. Now let's meet the starting lineups. First, the Manila SV Batang Sampaloc SGA. At guard number 1, DJ Mitchell. At forward number 17, Carl Brian Cruz. Playing center number 21, Rabah Al Husseini. At forward number 24, J-Ham John Hamon. And at one guard number 25, Renzo Navarro. The head coach is Gabby Severino. Assistant coaches Ricky Dandan, Ren Noriega, Max Leandante. Coaching consultant Charles Chu. Team managers Neil Arce and Ado Salazar. Team governor Joey Simanes. Team owners are Raymond Ang and Emilio Chu. Now, starting for the Quezon City, Toda Action Party List. One guard number 2, Chino Mosqueda. Playing center number 18, Jason Ballesteros. At forward number 21, Ray Bienes. Also at forward number 9, Josan Nimes. Starting at guard number 23, Rinwil Yambing. The head coach is Egay Mangaraya. Assistant coaches Bong Ramos, Louis Bautista, Ay Libornio, and Ian Valdez. Team managers Martin Go and JC Tan. The team governors are Charles Kimpo and Robin Palenciano.
Our starting 5 of this game brought to you by Buenas. Lorenzo Navarro at the point guard spot, joined by DJ Mitchell in the backcourt. Rabah Husseini, who did not play in their last game, starting at center for Manila, together with Carl Brian Cruz and John Hamon in the front court. Para naman dito sa Quezon City, Ren William Bing will be making his return to the lineup alongside Chino Mosqueda, Jason Ballesteros, Josan Nimes, and Brandre Bienes. Surprising here for Manila that Greg Slaughter is not starting, but I think that the reason to that is because he's feeling a little bit under the weather.
Oh yeah, he said to start the ball game he was not feeling 100%, so they'll be going still with a strong center in the middle with Rabah Husseini.
Parang wala ring nawala, no? Just a few inches. Quezon City with the first possession here, and that's the way you want to start if you're Coach Egay Macaraya. The 3-pointer there nailed by Brandre Bienes.
We saw in their last game that they can really start the ball game very strong. They were leading against South Cotabato in that last game, the first half. So it's a question of consistency for this young and up-and-coming team.
That's also the question para sa kanila. How much 3-pointers can they make against this very tall Manila squad? They are only 4 out of 25 against South Cotabato. Maybe against the Warriors, that's going to cut it as CBC scores inside. But against Manila, I think you're going to have to score much more from the outside.
Oh yes, that's why they're putting in John Ray Bienes early on. They want to be able to stretch out the floor. Usually a guy that comes off the bench para din sa Quezon City. But now, they're looking to really shoot it a lot from the outside. The first 2 shots coming both from the 3-point line.
Yambing missing there, 11.1 points per game this season. One of their leading scorers this year. Ito si Rinwil Yambing. CBC against Josan Nimes. Carl Brian Cruz has emerged as their leading scorer para naman dito sa Manila. Josan Nimes with the basketball. Josan, he's slowly getting back into his old playing shape.
Oh yeah, slowly but surely we're seeing the very versatile Josan Nimes, the guy who can do everything, can bring down the ball, can play defense inside, can make plays for his team, and it's good to see Josan. But here we see a charge call on John Ray Bienes. They're trying to maximize on the size advantage of Bienes on the post.
3-2 in the early goings of this game. Not even 2 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. Carl Brian Cruz looking inside. They go to Rabah. Husseini against Ballesteros. 2 former collegiate league MVPs. That's a miss from Al Husseini.
It's gonna be a long day para dito kay Jason
Oh, yeah.
Ballesteros. You're gonna have Raba Al Husseini to start. You're gonna have Greg Slaughter off the ends. Now you're adding in James Sena and even Sean O'Malley there. So mahaba-habang araw to para kay Jason Ballesteros.
Oh, that's a tough shot there by Nimes. That's off to the right. CBC lets that sail out of bounds. And so far, the defense of Manila has been very tight, forcing Quezon City into a couple of forced shots from the outside.
And you look at the coaching staff, you have Coach Ricky Dandan right there, a guy who has always been very, very focused on putting in hard-nosed defense, and that's why he's putting that to Manila here in today's ballgame.
Navarro missing from the outside. Nimes with the basketball. No numbers for Quezon City. Bienes on the trail job. He's open and he knocks it down once again. The second three-pointer of the game for the former FPU Tamarao.
They're saying happy to start the ball game. They have to shoot a lot of threes, and they are doing exactly that. They're trying to stretch out the floor. 4 of their first 5 shots all coming from the three-pointer.
Oh, this guy can knock it down from the outside. DJ Mitchell, though, missing that time. A guy that Coach Christian Luanzon has repeatedly said has perhaps the best jumper in the MPBL.
And I would not counter Coach Christian right there. Every time DJ is open, 60 to 70% of the time, that is a made shot para dito kay DJ.
This is the made shot from the outside. Galing kay Ray Bienes. This three-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Chino Mosqueda at the line for 2 shots. Former National University Bulldog. Now, he really has also emerged as one of the top point guards here for Quezon City. And, you know, playing with him in high school, we both played against him when he was still with the Bullpups under Coach Jeff Napa. Were you expecting him to be this kind of player?
Oh, no. You know, I expected him going to his collegiate days, going to the semi-pro. Akala ko magiging wingman lang to who can score. But now, he really has extended his game, can play the point, is a better scorer than I expected, and is really showing that hard work will really get you a long way. And props to Chino Mosqueda for really working on his game.
There's a foul against Quezon City. And kung ngayon pala nagkakaproblema na ang frontline defense ng QC with Raba Al Husseini. Wait till you get the other guys out here on the floor. You still have Slaughter, Sena, and Sean O'Malley on that Manila bench.
It's going to be a very, very deep bench para dito sa Manila. So probably we were talking about this. Arguably one of the strongest front courts here in the MPBL. Raba, CBC, and even Sean O'Malley, young and up and coming.
And these are guys who have the experience, the talent, and also the physical attributes that makes them really special. It makes them have that ability to dominate here in the league. Of course, we also gotta have Pampanga in that conversation.
Oh, yes.
Mosqueda, double crossover off the glass, just too strong there. Could have been a great move. Here comes Lorenzo Navarro, leaves it for Carl Bryant Cruz. Mosqueda right there in front of him. Mitchell, 0 out of 2 to begin this game.
Just a little too excited para DJ Mitchell. He saw that he was wide open on that left wing. Wanted that basketball, but just throwing it just a little too quick on that last play.
And there you see Coach Gabby Severino. I had a conversation with him a couple of games back, and he says that they are still far from their full potential.
Oh, yeah.
And I told him, you know, Coach, what's good for you is this long season really helps teams that haven't really developed that chemistry to be able to have that opportunity to peak at the right time.
And what I love about Manila is hindi sila nagmamadali. Whenever they're losing, whenever they have bad games, they just find ways in improving that on the next game. There's no panic button. They know that they have the talent, the size, and also the team chemistry that eventually will get them a lot of victories.
Sabi nga nila, diba? Trust the process.
Trust the process. Exactly what Manila is doing. Exactly what they're doing in that last play.
Miss from Mitchell. That was the last attempt coming from the former Fordham University standout. A player in the NCAA Division I was supposed to suit up for the De La Salle University Green Archers in the UAAP. Had it not been for some issues, and thank God as UP Fighting Maroons fans, he did not suit up anymore. That could have been quite the demolition.
No, we had no idea how he played
for the Green Archers last year.
Pinakita lang nila that they were recruiting DJ Mitchell. All of a sudden, now watching the MPBL, this guy can hoop.
Oh yeah. And slowly, we've been seeing also his athletic ability, although we haven't seen him throwing it down yet in a game. But there was one game where he attempted a wild dunk, hindi lang talaga pumasok. Pero yun ang patira niya, pumasok galing kay Carl Bryant Cruz.
With 16 more games in the eliminations, I'm sure that we would get one DJ Mitchell slam in the next few games.
9-8. Lamang na isa dito ang Quezon City. Ballesteros out to Nimes. Shot clock winding down. Nimes trying to dance with Carl Bryant Cruz. I don't know if that was intentional going off the glass, but a miss nonetheless.
Not much flow on their offense in that last sequence.
3 guys set to check in for both squads. Quezon City forcing a stop. Mosqueda into their front court. Bienes for his third 3. Yes, sir! He is sizzling hot here in the first quarter.
Red hot John Ray Bienes. He has the confidence early on. And game plan is on point. Stretch out the floor, make the threes. Brandre Bienes getting his third 3 of the ball game.
Only averaging a point per game this season. He already has 9 to lead all scorers. And more importantly, Quezon City up by 4, 12-8. We're past the halfway point of this opening frame. Let's take a look at that again. Excellent setup there from Chino Mosqueda and the late closeout by John Hamon. Bienes making the pay.
And once again, that assist coming from Chino Mosqueda, he's been creating well for his teammates early on here in the first quarter.
Manila is 0 out of 3 from the outside to begin this game, while Quezon City is 3 out of 6, all of them coming from Brandre Bienes. At ito na po ang inaabangan nating matchup. Greg Slaughter has checked in for Manila, being guarded by his former Gilas 1 teammate, Jason Ballesteros. Manila getting the stop. Francis Escandor, bagong pasok dito para kay Coach Gabby Severino, as well as Didat Hanapi.
F. Escandor not playing in their last game as well alongside Raba Luceni will be a good addition to stretch out the floor para dito sa Manila. We know that they are really gunning out on that 3-point line. So F. Escandor, good to see him back here for Manila.
0 out of 4 to begin this game from the outside, but they had 11 3-point makes in their last game against Rizal. They were 11 out of 29 to be exact. That's 37.9% from the great beyond. Score is 12-8. Under 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Kenji Roman making his first appearance here in this one, as well as Marco Sari. Pati na rin to si JP Kawilan. Roman, he can hit that. No good. Slaughter with his first rebound of the game. Mitchell to the corner. CBC hand in the face. That's short. Mosqueda almost lost it. Saves it to JP Kawilan.
Still no made threes for Manila right here. Not the best shot para dito kay CBC. Early in the shot clock, well defended by QC.
Kosari from the outside. It seems that everybody here on the floor for QC has the green light to shoot from the outside. Slaughter against 2 defenders. That's short. He gets his own miss. Second serving. He's fouled. He will go to the line for 2 shots.
A little shorter on the substitution. Jason Ballesteros will now troop onto the bench. Marco Sari will be tasked to defend 7-footer Greg Slaughter. See here, 4 hands up top, but it's just too tall para dito kay Greg Slaughter. Nabusan na tayo ng adjective to describe how big Greg Slaughter is on the inside.
And it looks like he's not even trying it.
Oh yeah. Probably around 70-75% in his conditioning. Now he's sick today. I was talking to him earlier. He said, I'm feeling down under the weather, but I need to play. So here he is trooping onto the line para dito sa Manila.
First point of the game for Greg Zilla. Split his charities. 12-9 lamang pa rin dito ang Quezon City. Bienes has been the hot hand here in the first quarter for Quezon City, playing extended minutes because of that. Laman to the right side. Kasari thought of the 3. They go to Roman. Mosqueda gets the handoff. 4 on the shot clock. Chino Mosqueda from downtown. That's short. Lot of 3-point attempts for Quezon City here in the first quarter. They're really taking their chances with that outside shot.
Almost all of their shots are actually coming from the 3-point line.
Here's another one coming from the 3-point line, and another miss for Manila. That's coming from DJ Mitchell again.
It's going to be 0 out of 6 for Manila to start the first quarter from the 3-point line.
Kawilan, another known outside gunner. That's a bad pass. Turnover for Quezon City.
Coach Bong Ramos obviously not happy, as well as Coach Egay Macaraya. This was not the offense they wanted. Better flow on the defensive end para dito sa Manila. Now closing out on the shooters of QC.
Jonathan Jesalem and Alex Desoyo in the game for Coach Egay Macaraya. Hanapi from the outside. Finally, a three-pointer for Manila.
And that's what I love about Greg Slaughter. He's not only a post presence in terms of scoring, he can find the open man, seeing a wide open Didat Hanapi on that right wing.
Under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. And about that, Juanito, you know, many people feel like Greg Slaughter should be dominating in the manner of just scoring the basketball here in this league, because he's the only 7-footer here, as Jesalem scores on another three-point shot. That's the first three-point shot outside of Brandre Bienes for Quezon City. But, you know, for Greg, he doesn't feel there's pressure for him to really dominate because he knows he has talented teammates.
He has a deep lineup within him. Marami siyang mabibigyan, maraming makakatulong sa kanya. So he's not forcing anything, but given the opportunity, he knows his advantage. Inside, talagang atakihin niya kung kailangan, but he sees open teammates, he makes sure that he finds his open guys.
I mean, what's the use of a deep lineup if you don't utilize it to its full potential, right? And Greg, he's been around the game for quite a while, internationally and locally. He knows what it takes to be able to win, a former PBA champion as well. Ira Batelier is our man at the line. 2.2 points per game this season and over 3 rebounds per contest in 14 minutes of playing time. Second free throw is also missed there for the former Letran Knight. 15-12, Quezon City maintaining this 3-point advantage. Roman initiating the offense here for Quezon City. Kusari, quick trigger there, and suddenly Quezon City gaining a rhythm here from the outside after those first 3 makes from Brandre Bienes. The last 2 coming from Jonathan Jesalem and itong si Omar Kusari.
15 of the 18 points of Quezon City coming from downtown. So 3-point game really will be a weapon para dito sa QC.
18-12. Roman up top. Kusari on the right side. Kim Loas curling, didn't get the pass. Gets it now on the block against a smaller Renzo Navarro. Kusari, same spot. Different result, that's way off the mark. Escandor mula sa labas. Escandor will score.
It's been a 3-point barrage for both teams. Right here, the second make para dito sa Manila. It's already been 5 makes para dito sa QC. 7 in total just in the first quarter.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Lola More fans, but it's raining in Binyan now, but just with 3-point shots. Jesalem short this time, and that marks the end of the first quarter here between Quezon City and Manila. After a slow start for the Batang Sampaloc, they suddenly picked it up. In Quezon City, they were off to a good start and then somehow fell flat at the midpoint of that first period before guys like Jesalem and Kusari were able to knock it down from the
It's
outside.
been an inside-outside ball game between both teams. Manila starting out on the inside. QC really wanting that outside game to work for them, but eventually Manila was able to adjust, get a little run, cutting the lead down to 3. 18-15 still in favor of QC.
Our first quarter score brought to you by GameX, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX.
nagbabalik ang MPBL. Kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, inihahaling tulad ng QC team ang laban na ito with the story of David and Goliath. Sabi nga ni Coach Egay Macaraya, itong Manila, malaki, malakas, veterano pa. Goliath talaga. But just like how David was able to find a way to defeat Goliath, ang kailangan lang daw nila is to play confidently and fearlessly. Kahit na karamihan sa kanila ay bata, Coach Egay is expecting that killer instinct. Although right now, aminado naman sila that they are still at the point kung saan naghahanap pa sila for their right core. Well, will they be able to figure that out today like David? Back to you guys.
Well, somehow, just like David using those three-point shots like slingshots. The way David beat Goliath.
Talagang pina-follow nila yung storya ng Biblia where they really want to be able to utilize the weakness. You know, Manila really powering the inside. Let's go far. Let's try to stretch it out and try that three-pointers. And it's been working the side of the toda action to start the ball game.
Imagine 14 three-point attempts for Quezon City. 14 out of those 17 field goal attempts for Quezon City coming from the outside. They're averaging only 29 per ball game, Juanito. They're already halfway and we're just in the second quarter.
Seems like the game plan of Coach Bong Ramos and Coach Egay Macaraya will be followed all throughout these four quarters.
Enzo Navarro missing from straight away. Looks like Manila, medyo nahahawa sila dito sa pagtira ng tres.
Well,
Quezon City.
Manila has really been one of the teams that has really been going through that three-pointers the whole season long. They had 11 in that last game. They had also double digits in the game before. So Manila is really a team that will be gunning through that outside. You have guys like Escandor, Hamon, Hanapi. So expect a lot of three-pointers as well para dito sa Manila.
They're averaging 8 out of 27 from three-point country this year. Still more than what Quezon City averages. Slaughter on the block against Amar Kosari. There's poor foul given up there by Kosari.
All of a sudden, Manila now going through that low post dito kay Greg Slaughter. So expect a lot of open shooters para dito sa Manila because they will be trying to double Greg Slaughter on that paint drive.
Slaughter was asking for 2 free throws. He thought that he was already in shooting motion.
Oh yeah, that should have been 2.
There's another foul there on Kosari. Is that number 3 on him? No, that's only the second foul. 2 quick fouls against Amar Kosari.
Interesting substitution now. Jason Ballesteros will be tasked to defend Greg Slaughter. With the strength and length of Jason, this can be a single coverage para dito sa QC.
Navarro, may tangan ng bola dito. Escandor, he hit a three-pointer from there earlier. Knocks down another one from that angle.
It's a good off-screen para dito kay Francis Escandor. 6 points already para kay Ep.
Another quick launch there, this time coming from Kim Lom. Quezon City misses. A chance now for Manila to take the driver's seat. Slaughter on top. Hands it off to Escandor. F turns the corner. Ballesteros right there with him. And Escandor getting the bounce on that finger roll.
You like the threat given by Francis Escandor. Now they're fully respecting his three-point game. Given a driving lane, he shows that he also has that game. 8 points para dito kay Escandor.
How has his game evolved ever since his graduation from La Salle?
Oh, he has been better year in and year out. Last year coming to the UAP, he was not talked about, yet he was the one that really played a big game against the UP Fighting Maroons. Now in the MPBL, he's one of the main gunners para dito sa Manila.
Escandor averaging almost 4 points per game this season, but he's had some bright spots for Manila this year.
Continues to grow itong si F. Escandor. But that will be a charge against Greg Slaughter. Trying to really push everybody through that middle.
And we now welcome Manila's newest addition, James Sena. Former first-round pick in the PBA, drafted 9th overall in 2009, but didn't play until the 2012 season where he was named to the All-Rookie First Team. Had stops in Chapinas, Meralco, Blackwater, and SMB. 20-18 namang ang dalawang Manila. Hanapi hands it off. No, he fakes it. Goes all the way to the rack.
It's a good pass fake para dito kay Didat Hanapi. Everybody really following si Escandor. Wide open lane for Didat.
22-18. Paeng Are, top scorer for Quezon City in their last game, has come on here for the Toda Action party list. Ren William Bing couldn't get it inside. Navarro. Oh, nobody's stopping him. Bounces it off to James Sena. That's short. Magmamadali dito. Paeng Are. No look pass. Brandre Bienes this time inside. Fancy play for Quezon City on the break.
3 versus 1. Well utilized by Paeng Are. Seeing the perfect option dito kay Bienes.
Now Manila. Batalier being pressured hard by Jonas Tibayan. Escandor challenging Ballesteros anew. The tap goes to Renzo Navarro. Shot clock still at 12. Hanapi from the outside. He is starting to feel it.
No, before the ball game, we were talking about the experience by the bigs. But now Escandor and Hanapi showing that the youth also has something to offer para dito sa Manila. That is the 8th point for Didat Hanapi here in the ball game. That is the second made 3 for him as well.
He continues to go as a scorer here in the MPBL after his days with Adamson in the UAB. Didat Hanapi proving to be a great threat for Manila this season. 25-20 is the score. Check out this play of the game brought to you by Buenas. Paeng Are. Check that no-look pass to Brandre Bienes. A connection from the two players resulting in the basket on the break for Quezon City. And currently, Blue Shirts down by 5. 6 minutes and 38 seconds remaining here in the first half. This is Javi Palanya on the call together with Coach Juanito Gregorio and Miss Andrea Endicio. Bienes, he's been their top scorer here in this first half. Are leaves it for Tibayan. Jonas couldn't battle his way past the defense of CBC. At one last touch, ang Quezon City, Manila will take the basketball.
A little change on the game plan offensively nitong Quezon City. In the first quarter, 14 3-point attempts. But now that there's no Greg Slaughter inside, they're trying to pound it on the inside. But it hasn't worked going their way yet dito sa second quarter.
Do you think Manila not starting Greg Slaughter has somehow disrupted the substitution pattern of Coach Egay Macaraya for this game?
It looks like it. They started Jason Ballesteros to match up with Greg Slaughter. But now that Greg Slaughter comes off the bench, medyo nagulo itong gusto mangyari ni Coach Egay Macaraya at Coach Bong Ramos. So they're now here trying to readjust here in the second quarter. But so far offensively, they have not been able to do that well.
CBC challenging Paeng Are. Paeng Are obliges this time coming from the outside. That's a miss. Hanapi down low. Nope, CBC is near the elbow. Guarded there by Josa Nimes. It's Sena near the elbow. Sena, welcome to the MPBL, Mr. James Sena.
That low post action has really been working the way para dito sa Manila. Earlier, we saw 2 assists coming from Greg Slaughter. Now CBC making it work from the same side.
7-point lead for the Batang Sampaloc. Ballesteros, short roll to the right side. Are makes another pass, draws a foul. That's gonna go against Carl Brian Cruz.
One guy that needs to step up big time para dito sa Quezon City. The energy of Paeng Are has always made a big impact para dito sa QC.
15 points in their last game against South Cotabato. But check this out. James Sena making his first MPBL basket, which brings us our lucky fans of the game, brought to you by Buenas. Coach Gabby Severino will be challenging that last foul on Carl Brian Cruz. CBC has not yet committed the personal foul in this game, but Coach Gabby will take his chances We'll take a short break. Pagbalik, malalaman na natin yung ating verdict for this Coach's Challenge.
Manila is successful.
Successful challenge for Coach Gabby Severino. Let's check this out again. The drive by Paeng Are, and there's a help side defense coming from Carl Brian Cruz. Replay did not lie. It looked very clean.
All ball para dito kay CBC. Just probably a bad angle for the referee. So that's why we have the challenge right here to see from a different point of view, and a good challenge coming from Coach Gabby.
Oh, Rin Bing trying to go off the hizzy right there. Unfortunately, he did not establish himself fully yet inside to be able to make that happen.
Gusto ng highlight early on, Rin Bing.
Alam mo, siguro baka nga isalpak niya pa yun.
Oo. Would have been a part of our top 10 next week.
For sure. One of the most explosive jumpers here in the league. Ito si Rin Bing. James Sena, one-hander. That's trademark James Sena.
Same action, same side, different guy. So that right post, that left post will be a threat para dito sa Manila.
Bienes swings it to Nimes. They get it to the baseline. Kenji Roman. Sena has his hand up. Roman decides to back down. Out to Bienes. Thought twice about the three. Takes it and makes it.
He has to regain his confidence here in the second quarter. Got 3 in the first. Now this is the 4-3 para dito kay Brandre Bienes.
23-27. Quezon City still down here by 4 points. Hanapi couldn't get it to go that time. Paeng Are the rebound. 4 minutes and change remaining in the first half. Are trying to test the mettle of Mitchell defensively, and Paeng Are getting the better of that matchup.
You were just talking about him just a little bit early on, that he needs to be able to provide a lot of energy para dito sa Quezon City, and that is exactly what he did there in that last play.
Sena kicks it out. Escandor quickly to Hanapi. Extra pass to Mitchell, and he knocks it down from the corner.
It's so hard to defend itong Manila. 3 deadly shooters from the outside. You have Escandor, Hanapi, and Mitchell. You have to respect one, but be able to adjust quickly. But on that last play, wide open is DJ Mitchell.
Oh, this perhaps could be one of the most dynamic scoring lineups on the floor for Manila. And you have Mitchell and Escandor alternating in that point guard spot. It's also a tall lineup in the guard position, but it's just James Sena playing the 5 spot. But still, all of these guys capable scorers.
Oh, yes.
Escandor medyo nagdalawang isip doon. Pero sinigurado niya naman. F. Escandor with 11 points already in this game. What about the time that he took to actually try to set his feet? Take a look at that. See?
Wanted the drive, looked at the 3, eventually said, no, I'm wide open. I'm taking this 3. I've already had 2 in the ballgame, getting his 3rd right there. And F. Escandor, now the 2nd guy in double digits for Manila.
Oh, this guy launches 1,000 shots every time in practice. 33-25, the score, 3 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the first half. The reigning MVP, Justin Baltazar, already here at the venue. And there you see is Pongay Gaston in attendance here at the Alonte Sports Arena. I wonder who she is supporting.
Seems to be on the side of Manila. Let's see. Malay mo naman, she just wants to enjoy MPBL basketball here in Laguna.
Oh, baka nga. Ay, kasi nga, oh, kasi ang katabi niya, ang asawa ni Coach Gabby. I think so. Am I right? All right, back to live action here. Second quarter of play, under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Roman launches. That's long. Rebound taken by DJ Mitchell.
Too hard to shoot if you are shooting up against 6'7" Rabah Al-Husseini.
Good read there by Bienes. The steal by Quezon City. Are assessing his options. Roman offers the drag screen. Roman, extra pass outside. Mosqueda. That's a travel against Chino. Went up without actually not knowing what he was going to do.
As all of my grade school coaches would say, do not jump when you want to pass or drive. And that is exactly the turnover right there.
And it's been a change here in terms of three-point shooting this quarter. Manila is 4 out of 6 from downtown here in the second, while Quezon City only 1 out of 7.
It's now Manila's time to shoot and make those threes. Very efficient, even with 6 shots para dito sa Manila.
Quezon City was 5 out of 14 in the first quarter, to give context to that. And John Hamon scoring inside. What about John Hamon for Manila this season? He's been a pocket rocket off the bench.
You know, John Hamon now starting actually in the last 2 ball games para dito sa Manila. But he's been a big revelation. In their last season has just been an energy guy off the bench. But now John Hamon showing that he is once again a big part of the offense of Manila.
John Hamon has always been a very talented scorer. So is Paeng Are, and Paeng Are is also someone who can still develop much more in the league.
Very, very young itong si Paeng Are. Just getting so much experience from his stint here in the MPBL.
Al-Husseini against Kenji Roman. Takes the pass. They go to John Hamon. Reverse almost went down there for the former EAC General.
Gotta commend the bigs nitong Manila. They are the ones making the plays right here. You saw Greg Slaughter with 2 assists early on. We saw James Sena with a kick out. Now Rabah Al-Husseini making the play. Just talk about making a play up and under against a 6'7" veteran Paeng Are, just showcasing his talent in that last play.
That is footwork right there for you, coming from a guy out of San Sebastian College. Amondo missing on the first free throw. This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Second one trickles in. And we now are witnesses to the entry of Sean O'Malley here in this game, the soon-to-be CSB Blazer in the NCAA. By the way, for those of you that are wondering kung bakit nakakalaro pa ang mga SGL player until now, ni-extend ng NCAA ang deadline until at the end of June.
So they have still 3 more weeks to showcase their talents here in the MPBL. So that means more experience for them. Gonna be good para sa mga batang player natin dito sa MPBL.
Manila riding high on this strong second quarter. Under a minute to play, they're up by 9. O'Malley couldn't handle the pass. Are has Mosqueda in front of him. Are will take it for himself. Are will get the 2 points.
All of a sudden, Paeng Are now exploding for 6 points here in this quarter. They needed this energy. They needed his leadership. They needed his scoring. And now 6 points para dito kay Paeng Are.
And he is featured here in our fast break of the game, brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max. Quezon City was up by 3 heading into the second quarter, but down right now by still 7 points. But Paeng Are giving them reason to celebrate after that basket. 41.9 to go here in the first half. Paeng Are 15 points against South Cotabato, 9 of those coming in the fourth quarter. He really tried to get Quezon City that victory in the final period, that just really fell short against a Warrior squad that was determined to extend their winning streak in that game.
You know, ever since he was playing last year para sa Sarangani, he has always been instant buckets and instant energy para sa kanila. Now doing it for Quezon City. Every time he is inside the court, this guy really provides so much energy and so much speed para sa kanyang team. That's why he's a very important piece para dito sa Quezon City moving forward.
And I think this is a guy that someone from Zamboanga can emulate, and his name is Joey Barcuma.
Oh yes.
A lot of similarities.
Lots of similarities. You are on point with that comparison.
Just maybe a little bit more talented offensively. Ito si Paeng Are. But, you know, Joey Barcuma, he could also shoot.
So much potential para kay Joey Barcuma.
Going back here into this game, 25.8 seconds left. A foul committed by Manila. Wala pa sa penalty dito ang Batang Sampaloc.
How much experience can Sean O'Malley get from his veterans right here?
Oh, yeah.
Greg Slaughter, James Sena, you have CBC, and you have Rabah Al-Husseini, and you're gonna be with them every day in your practices. Sarap naman ang buhay ni Sean O'Malley right now.
Oh, pero para kay Coach Louie Gonzalez sa NCAA season next year, mukhang magkakaroon siya ng maraming sakit ng ulo dito kay Sean O'Malley after he gets all of the teachings that he can get from the tutelage of the guys you just mentioned. Imagine how much of a force he can be.
Oh, yes. It's gonna be, especially he's gonna play alongside Allen Liwag.
Yeah. Oh my God, that is gonna be what kind
force
of duo in the NCAA. That's gonna be a front court everybody's gonna fear. Shot clock winding down here for the blue shirts. Nemes goes inside, leaves it. Kosari could not finish. No bounce on the shot. 4 seconds left. O'Malley with the basketball. Sean, stop and pop. Oh, good line, but just short.
Showing the versatility of his game. Sean O'Malley showing that he can also bring down that basketball.
Oh, but the
There is
guy's
the
down.
whistle.
Kosari is down on the floor. It looks like Al-Husseini got into it with Amar Kosari. Our referees will be reviewing this.
I think you want to look at the last play against Rabah Al-Husseini. Is there extra motion?
Nakahawak sa batok niya initially. Ito si Amar Kosari. Tingnan natin sa gitna ng screens. There you see Al-Husseini.
Rabah wanted the seal, wanted that box out.
Ayun, oh. Yeah.
Oh,
That's pretty clear to me.
that is an elbow extension para dito kay Rabah.
And this could be big because this is above the shoulder contact. This could be grounds for ejection.
Let's see what the referees will call right here. And you don't want to be able to get a flagrant to end the quarter because this will give rhythm para dito sa Quezon City going into their halftime break. It's good to see Amar Kosari okay and standing up right here.
Oh, hindi naman basta-basta yung ganung kalakas na siko na ibibigay ng isang 6'7" na
yes.
player.
And just not any 6'7". This guy is Rabah Al-Husseini. We've seen the strength of this guy.
Our officiating crew for this afternoon, Crew Chief Jovet Ocfemia, Umpire 1 Seb Pingol, Umpire 2 Alvin Susongo, and the fourth guy is Lester Arcega. Referee Seb Pingol now approaching the scorer's table for the final decision. Both teams in close anticipation for what the call will be here. As for Manila, whether it be an unsportsmanlike foul or even an injection, this could be big for them coming into the halftime break, lalo na para sa Quezon City.
Halftime scoring, Manila SB Batang Sampaloc SGA 36, Quezon City Toda Action Partners 29.
All right, so the decision is we will go into the break, but the verdict will be communicated to us pagbalik
After,
na.
okay. So there will be no call to end the quarter. So a 36-29 lead in favor of Manila.
Our halftime score brought to you by GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX. Let's check out our player of the week.
Greg Slaughter, well deserving of our player of the game honors.
And at center number 20, Greg Zilla Slaughter.
Casino had that one picked away. Greg Zilla, look out below.
Everybody just saw it coming. Greg Zilla with a slam here in Valenzuela.
We take a look at our Buenas play of the game. DJ Mitchell doing a little bit of everything here today, but we feature that man, 7-foot Greg Slaughter, Greg Zilla, throwing it down on the break.
Second game in the MPBL, second slam of the season para dito kay Greg Zilla.
Slaughter.
Let's Wei Chong. CBC. The ball on the deck.
Oh man! That's done.
Greg Slaughter with a two-handed jam. Welcome to the MPBL, Greg Zilla. Jamming that one home with authority.
Yeah, he had two big men on him, on Carl Brian Cruz, and really just left that entire side of the floor to Greg.
Best player of the game, and for the second straight game, it is none other than Greg Zilla, Greg Slaughter.
Halftime now between the Manila SB Batang Sampaloc SGA and the Quezon City Toda Action. The score is 36-29 after Quezon City led by 3 at the end of the first quarter. The Batang Sampaloc outscored them 21-11 in the second period to be able to carry the 7-point advantage into the break. We are live from the Alonte Sports Complex in Binyan City, the city of life. And so far, Manila, they have been showing good signs of life after that 3-point barrage by Quezon City in that first quarter.
It's been a shootout for both teams. Half of their field goals coming from the outside, but 6 of 16 para dito sa Manila. 6 of 22 para naman dito Quezon City. 22 of the 33 field goals all coming from the 3-point line. But where did Manila get that edge? They have 4 more offensive rebounds, resulting to 9 second chance points, also +8 in terms of rebounding. So the inside game para sa Manila has been an edge for them, and that is why they are with a comfortable 7-point lead going to the second half.
Second chance points bumabawi dito ang Manila after only scoring 10 against Rizal. And Rizal doesn't really have a tall front line, so you would really expect now with the full force of this front line that the Batang Sampaloc would dominate the glass. The Quezon City, though, only down by just 7 points here, so I'm sure Coach Ege Macaraya still very high on their chance to win in this game. They are still down by 7. Escandor leading the way for Manila with 11 points. Dida Tanapi has 8. CBC with 6. John Hamon with 3. Sa kabilang panig naman, it's Brandre Bienes leading the way for Quezon City with 14 points. Are with 6. Mosqueda and Cosari combining for 6.
Been a shootout from both teams. Bienes versus Escandor in today's ball game, but expect a lot more 3-point shooting coming the side of Bienes here in the second half, as he was the one really carrying Quezon City in the first quarter.
He had 4 3-point shots, 4 out of 5 from the outside in that first half. And as we ended that second quarter, there was a scuffle between Naba Luceni and Marco Sari in a rebound play on that Sean Umali buzzer beater attempt.
Ladies and gentlemen, there
Alcini
was a disqualifying foul on
delivered
Manila,
an elbow
number 21,
to the back of the head of Marco Sari.
They look like they're calling a disqualifying foul because it could be above the head.
It was above the head. Take a look at that again. Here was the 3-point shot by Umali, but take a look at the middle of your screens. There you see Aluseni. Kosari was trying to box him out. And
there you go. Around the ear.
And Aluseni will be ejected from this game. That's going to be it for him. He goes out with 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. We expected Raba to have an even better game today after not playing at all against the Rizal Golden Coolers. Well, unfortunately for Manila, they're going to be one big man short.
Might not have been scoring a lot, but he has been creating well for his teammates with 3 assists already in the ball game. Watch that again. I think they didn't call it because there was already 0 on the clock. That's why they're calling it after the first half. Dahil 0 na nung nangyari yung scuffle. That's why they're starting it here with the ejection.
So it's going to be 2 free throws plus ball possession para dito sa Quezon City. Aluseni still cannot believe that this happened to him. He feels like it was not really meant to be a disqualifying foul. Actually, nung tinignan ko nga ulit yung replay, parang hindi naman masyadong ganun kalakas yung buwelo. It looks like he was also really trying to get position.
He wanted to get position. Nagkataon lang na yung siko sa ulo tumama.
Sa pool eh.
So, you know, as they say, the referees, anything above the head, that's really dangerous. They really would call it a disqualifying foul. So, it's gonna be a misfortune para dito sa Manila.
Even if sabihin naman niya, hindi yun yung intention niya. It's the action that they're judging. So it hit the back of the head, and that's a very dangerous play. Kosari, though, able to sink both free throws.
Again, he will be leaving with 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. For me, it's a 3 assists that actually hurt because he has been working on that post, and he's been seeing the cutters, he's been seeing 3-point shooters.
We now begin the third period. Abdul Sawat did not play a lot in that first half, starting this second half. Para kay Coach Ege Macaraya alongside Jason Ballesteros, Chino Mosqueda, Josan Nimes, And their top scorer in the first 2 quarters, Brandre Bienes.
Interesting offense they're playing right here. They want to be able to post up anyone who is against Enzo Navarro.
Mosqueda pops out. Oh, Sawat was not looking.
Could have been wide open. Chino Mosqueda was excited for that drop pass, but Abdul Sawat was not ready for that drop.
That's the second time in this game that Mosqueda went up without not
Yes.
being sure what to do with the basketball.
Not really a Chino Mosqueda type of play. Usually a guy who's sure with what he's doing. But of course, with the length of Manila, talagang mapapaisip ka rin sa mga gagawin mo dito sa ballgame.
Escandor with Slaughter, Mitchell, Navarro, and Carl Brian Cruz. Here comes Greg Zilla near the free throw line against his former Gilas Pilipinas 1 teammate, Jason Ballesteros. Alam mo, pareho pala ng tirahan si Jason Ballesteros saka si Greg Slaughter during their Gilas 1 days.
Or I think they were very close. Assistant coach was my dad.
Oh yeah,
during
that's
that
right.
game. So I've really seen them become close alongside sila Mac
Did you see them, bro?
Oh, no. Malaki na sila from that time on.
Quezon City with a stop. Nimes looks ahead. He sees Sawat. Sawat given space here, not really known as an outside shooter. Nimes on top. DHO to Bienes. That's the first miss here in the second half para kay Brandre Bienes. He was 4 out of 5 from the great beyond in the first 2 quarters.
Still a good option para dito sa Manila to keep on going to Brandre Bienes. Let me correct that. You know, I've been covering him for a few years. He even got to compete against him. I've always thought it was John Ray. Brandre pala. Brandre.
Yeah, it's Brandre. It's not really a normal name kasi. Pero, you know, that's what he's going with.
Thanks for correcting me today after a few years.
I should. You know, he was my junior in FEU. Magagalit yan sa akin kung nagkamali pa ako sa pangalan niya. And it seems F. Escandor has not made a lot of mistakes in this game, especially from the outside.
Bruh. F. Escandor really showing out today. That is the 4th 3-pointer of Francis in today's ball game.
He now ties Brandre Bienes as the top scorers of this game with 14. 8 points is the lead for the Batang Sampaloc. 39-31. Nimes backing down the smaller Renzo Navarro. Out to Mosqueda. Catch, set, fire. No good. Slaughter jumps for it. Taps to Mitchell. That's an obvious foul against Chino Mosqueda on the reach-in.
So going through the same option on their offense. Attack Enzo Navarro on the post. But it's very hard because this guy might be small pero matibay to si Enzo Navarro.
First 3-point shot of the second half for Manila, courtesy of Francis F. Escandor. That 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Navarro at the controls here for Manila. Mitchell is free for a moment. That's off to the right. Escandor tracks it down. Push shot off the glass, no good. Slaughter the offensive rebound. Goes up, gets it in. Basket and 1 for Greg Zilla.
Too long, too strong. Greg Slaughter trying to go for that offensive rebound. Sees that he has enough space to operate on the second chance points. Just gets that easy to against Jason Ballesteros.
And just like in their practices under Coach Raiko Toroman, Slaughter and Ballesteros going at it on the glass. Greg completes the 3-point play. 4 points in the game, along with 4 rebounds and a couple of assists.
Slow ball game para dito kay Greg. Once again, let's remind everybody that he's not 100% for today. He is feeling under the weather. Said he's feeling sick, but he needs to play today.
Bienes could not score on the fall away. This now the biggest lead of the game for Manila. CBC getting it against Josan Nimes. Slaughter sealing and gets the foul on Ballesteros, which he readily acknowledges. There's really always added motivation when you're going up against a former teammate and a teammate that you were close with.
Especially going up against a teammate that is a defensive prowess dito sa ligang to. So extra motivation for Greg Slaughter. Of course, also wanting to get another victory for them. He is 2-0 for Manila.
Greg Slaughter, our reigning player of the week. Scored 12 points and 8 rebounds in his debut against Binyanta Takjel in this very venue and then followed it up with 16 and 19 plus 5 assists in their last game against the Rizal Golden Coolers. Timeout on the floor called by Coach Egay Macaraya. They're down by 13 here, 44-31. Next 3 games on the schedule of the Manila SB. Batang Sampaloc SGA. They will be facing the Imus Sagimat on June 13th. They will be defending their home floor against Iloilo on June 19 at the San Andres Sports Complex. And on June 24, a great battle in the Northern Division against the Pasay Voyagers.
Oh, I like that game against Pasay.
Punta muna tayo kay Mesa Andrea Endicio.
Manila has been more consistent since the emergence of Greg Slaughter. Siyempre, compared from before, ngayon alam na raw nila kung ano yung X's and O's, personality, and tendencies ni Greg. But for Coach Gabby Severino, they still need more integration, especially now that James Sena is also with the team. The more integration that they need. Although it's a plus because another big body na naman daw for the team, it's always hard not just for one guy, but for the whole team because of the necessary adjustments. But at the end of the day, we would all rather take the good problems than the bad ones. Right, guys?
Yep, I mean, you know, Manila, they've been blowing hot and cold this season, and consistency seems to be a problem for them. But the last 2 games, they've been good at it. After that big blowout loss to the Abra Weavers, where they lost by 26, they followed it up with 2 straight victories, and they're gunning for their 3rd straight. Not if Rin William Bing can help it, though. He scores on a 3-point shot there. Much needed basket for Quezon City.
Very important 3 para dito kay Rin William Bing and Quezon City. That is their first field goal here in this quarter, so might get them going towards the second half.
Brian Cruz taking his time. They go to the middle. That pass too high even for 7-footer Greg Slaughter. Mitchell has to take it. He manufactures an opportunity, but that's way off the mark.
Good defense coming from Quezon City in that last play.
Paingare, that energy guy off the bench for Quezon City. This is it to Kenji Roman, but he fails to finish. Some intimidation factor given there by Slaughter. Oh, CBC, that was a shot that I'm sure
not
that
the best
he
option.
did not mean to make it.
Medyo nagulat na lang siya, natinira din niya yun.
Chino Mosqueda against Carl Bryant Cruz. He has the foot speed advantage. But CBC doing a good job of staying in front of him. Yam Bing sets up for the 3. No good. The tap goes to DJ Mitchell. Navarro now. Escandor. 14 points in this game. Escandor picks up his dribble. They go to CBC. Cruz from the outside. That is straight and through for Carl Bryant Cruz.
Better decision, better result para dito kay CBC. Hindi niya minadali yung 3-pointer right there, and that is a good 3 coming para dito sa Manila.
3-pointer number 8 in the game para dito sa Manila. Paingare dancing with Carl Bryant Cruz. That 3-pointer is off to the left. Coach Egay Macaraya still looking for answers to this Manila onslaught here in the second half. But the Batang Sampaloc playing without Rabal Husseini after that disqualifying foul that he incurred right before the break. Unfortunately for Quezon City, the problems don't stop there. Navarro cuts to the middle. Extra pass down low to Greg Slaughter. That's easy pickings for Greg Zilla.
Enzo Navarro, number 2 in the assists for a reason. Finds his teammates perfectly. And once again, sees Greg Zilla on the inside.
7 assists per ball game para kay Renzo Navarro, former Iloilo United Royal. Another stop here for Manila, 49-34. 15 na ang kalamangan dito ng Batang Sampaloc.
Only one field goal for Quezon City here in this quarter.
By the way, Navarro is playing extended minutes at the point guard spot because of the absence of Paulo Javelona, who I believe is also feeling under the weather. Are leaves it for Roman. Kenji hesitated on the 3. Gets it to Jesalem. Back to Are. Quick ball movement here for Quezon City. Rin William Bing trying to attack that show. Roman with 3 on the shot clock. Tight defense there for Manila.
One guy that needs to get going right here to stretch out the floor para dito sa Quezon City. Kenji Roman has not made a basket here in this ballgame.
Cruz one-on-one against Kenji Roman. Hands it off to Escandor. That's an air ball. Masyado malakas ang tira doon ni Escandor.
Too tight on the baseline para dito kay F. Escandor. Not much space to operate for him. That's going to be a stop for Quezon City.
Useless foul there by Greg Slaughter, and that's also because that's his 3rd already in the game. But before that, there was the pass made by Renzo Navarro finding Greg Slaughter. That play of the game brought to you by Buenas. 9 assists in the game already para kay Renzo Navarro.
And silently doing it. We haven't even noticed Renzo Navarro really creating for his teammate because FS Candor, Didat Hanapin, all the other guys are really scoring well, but you always have to commend their point guard and their floor general in Renzo Navarro.
Kenji Roman behind the line. That's no good. Hanapi with the board.
Wide open 3 para dun kay Kenji Roman. Still could not get a basket going here in this quarter.
13-5 so far here is the scoring dito sa ating pangatlong yugto. Hanapi from downtown. Almost went in. Couple of bounces nearing the drain there para kay Didat Hanapi.
Could have been a good shot. Nag-hesitate lang ng kaunti itong si Didat Hanapi.
Kosari. Tried to go to Jesalem. Instead goes to Roman. Roman from the outside. Wala yun.
Here for 3. The past 3 possessions para dito kay Kenji.
James Sena makes sure Manila secures possession. Hanapi on to James. Sena, Manila's newest addition this season. Coming off a stint in the PBA with a Blackwater bossing. Hanapi puts the ball on the deck. Mitchell is wide open.
Beautiful team basketball played right there by Manila. Just could not get the shot.
Jesalem short. Quezon City has gone cold here in the 3rd quarter.
5 3-point attempts coming from both teams. No make the past 5 possessions.
Amon trying to post up Alex De Soya. That's an offensive foul.
That's a charge. That's good defense by Alex De Soyo. Might be shorter, might be smaller, but played his body perfectly right there, getting the charge of Jan Hamon.
Take a look at it again. Perfectly timed there. Galing kay Alex De Soyo. Obvious extension of the offhand there. Galing kay Jan Hamon.
Also sacrificing his body right there. Hirap nun because you have to get the full weight of the offensive guy. But Alex De Soyo sacrificing, getting that charge.
Walang minuto na nakakalipas dito sa ating pangatlong yugto. Kosari matched up against James Sena. Jesalem on the curl. That pass a little bit too forward for him. Manila in transition. Hamon fakes the pass. Floater in the lane. No good. Umali couldn't get to it. Hamon tried to go to James Sena on the save. Unfortunately for Manila, it's going to be Quezon City basketball.
Could have been a highlight play for Jan Hamon. Everybody was faked off that pass fake, but just could not get that floater. But lead still with Manila here.
This is a good opportunity for Quezon City. No Greg Slaughter on the floor para sa Manila. 1 minute and 30 remaining here in the 3rd. Oh, De Soyo couldn't handle the pass. Turnovers have been a problem here in the 2nd half for QC.
2 straight turnovers para dito sa Quezon City. Manila is now playing the passing lanes perfectly. That's another tap coming from Manila, yet falling on the hands of Alex De Soyo. So ball will go back to the white.
Umali. Tried to go down low to James Sena, but Kosari though fouling him on that seal job.
Gonna be a good lesson para dito kay Marco Sari. How to defend veteran guys that loves the post. And James Sena has been known to really maximize on that post game.
James Sena, drafted in the PBA in 2009, a first-round pick by the San Miguel Beermen, but did not play until the 2011-2012 season, where he made the all-rookie team. Chester Joseph checking in for the first time here for Quezon City. So malalim na ang pinahuhugutan dito ni Coach Egay Macaraya, trying to see if their fortunes can change here in the last 1 minute and 7 of the third quarter.
These types of ball games, you need an energy guy, and who knows if it's going to be Joseph that will be bringing in that much needed energy for QC.
Penalty na rin dito ang Manila. Second personal called on Sean Umali.
What defense being played by Manila here in the third quarter, only limiting Quezon City to only 5 points and only 1 field goal the entire quarter. The first 2 coming off the free throws at the start of the quarter. So terrific defense being played by Manila.
That free throw by Desoya brought to you by Extreme Appliances. Ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. You just caught a glimpse of Greg Silla there para sa Manila Batang Sampaloc. 51-36. Mitchell now playing the point for Manila. Umali wants it against Tibayan. Umali using his heft, falls down. That's a walk.
The defense by Tibayan. He saw that Sean Umali wanted to use his weight, caught him off balance. It's actually a turnover para sa Manila.
Yan lang talaga yung magiging problema niya noon. There's really no problem with Sean Umali with the frame that he has, because he's actually quite deceiving. He's an agile big man. A guy who, when you put on the pick and roll defense, especially on hard shows, he can really give guards a hard time because of his foot speed.
Just a little bit too excited sometimes when he sees an advantage. Kaya nagkakaroon ng travel, nagkakaroon ng offensive fouls. But no, this guy's young, still a lot of learnings, and for his age and that type of footwork, such a bright future para dito kay Sean Umali.
Tsaka, I do not have any doubts with the strength and conditioning of the Manila Batang Sampaloc with Coach Miko Tandan handling their SNC program.
Always gotta commend Coach Miko of Quezon City. Of course, patiin na rin natin si Mark Bayang sa Quezon City.
Parehong UPCHK yan.
Yes, coming both from our college of me and Javi. So it's also nice to see everybody still in the sports world and at a high level.
53-36, last shot time perhaps here for Quezon City. Alex Desoyo has not made an impact in this game. This could be it. No, that floater is short. Joseph tries to save it. Unfortunately, it's going to be Manila basketball with 5.5 seconds to go in the third quarter. Flores bagong pasok dito para kay Coach Gabby Severino. Siya na rin natitira. Flores gets it near the elbow.
He looked at his teammates, wanted to check everybody if they were an option. Went for the last option available. Yun pala. Yung pinakamagandang option para sa Manila. Let's see them again. Looked right, looked left. Ako na nga lang. Di natin kung abot. Oh, very clear. That will count para dito sa Manila.
Rafael Flores, one of their homegrown players. He called play for there. Play for me. 53-36. Tama ba ako? Is this the final score? Our referee still reviewing if that will count. Yes. Referee Seb Pingol finally saying that it will count. So it is now 55-36 at the end of our third quarter. Manila has gone on to dominate that third period 19-7, just like they did in their last game, dominating Rizal in that last match. Now heading into the fourth quarter, they are up by 19 points. Our end of the third quarter score is brought to you by GameX, the official online basketball ending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX. Presenting our Suzuki muscular and sporty fan of the game, just like the Avenus, do more and achieve more with the muscular and sporty scooter from Suzuki. The Avenus, oras na para magmotor. Live na live po ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino dito sa Alonte Sports Complex in Binyan City here in Laguna. The city of life, as they say. First game of our Thursday triple header dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Manila versus Quezon City. Batang Sampaloc dominating the action in that third period, 19-7. We start the fourth period. The score, 55-36.
A lot of adjustment has to happen on the offensive end para dito sa Quezon City. No options, but right away they get their first field goal here in the fourth quarter.
Brandre Benes proving everybody wrong on that play. Benes was absent in that third period after he top scored para sa Quezon City in the first two quarters. That was his first score of the second half. There you see the third quarter field goal story. Mababa na nga yung sa Manila,
Yes,
Juanito, pero
they really
look at what
struggled.
Quezon City had there, 1 out of 14.
Manila already struggled in terms of their offense, but just played better defense on the other end. 1 out of 14, only 1 3-pointer made para sa Quezon City. Only 7 points for QC in the third quarter. 1 field goal, 4 free throws para sa toda action.
This is Dida Tanapi on the line for Manila. Second free throw is good. 12 points in the game para kay Dida Tanapi. Also silent contributor here for the Manila Batang Sampaloc. Are against his senior in San Sebastian, dropping that jumper from the elbow.
Much needed basket para dito sa Quezon City. 4 straight points in the first 40 seconds of the fourth quarter.
Still a long way to go here for Quezon City. Oh, James Sena, beautiful setup there by Renzo Navarro.
That will put Enzo Navarro with 10 assists in the ball game, playing perfect court general for Manila here in the ball game.
Oh, he already had 9 in the third quarter. Point guard par excellence, Renzo Navarro, making sure that everybody eats for Manila. Mosqueda, 3 from the elbow. Umali colors the rebound. Dida Hanapi is off and running, leaves it. James Sena gets fouled. He had to adjust. But what about the ball movement being shown here by the Manila Batang Sampaloc, especially after that first quarter? Second quarter onwards, it's been a different story.
You know, we've been talking about Manila the past few games and just getting more comfortable by the quarter. You know, addition of James Sena here will be very crucial. Of course, the first 2 quarters, hiwalay yan sa hiwalay yan sa training. You know, once you get into the game, it's a whole different atmosphere. But now, James Sena getting those minutes, everybody getting involved in their offense, and every quarter, every ball game, Manila just slowly becoming a more deadly team.
And you know, their past 3 wins, they've really asserted their dominance because yung mga unang panalo nila were only by single-digit margins. They won against Bulacan by 5, against Bataan by 6, Caloocan by 3, and Sarangani by 3 points as well. But then, after that, they won against Valenzuela by 14, and then Binyan by 16.
That Abra win, that Abra loss was really a wake-up call para dito sa Manila. That something has to change, something has to be adjusted, and you see it right now that they are playing very comfortable with each other. Once again, who makes the play? It's Enzo Navarro with assist number 11 right there.
And they are both featured together with Dida Hanapi in our fast break of the game, brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max. We'll take a short break, time out on the floor. Renzo Navarro has been distributing the basketball excellently this afternoon para sa Manila. Batang Sampaloc still scoreless in this game, but 12 dimes para sa kanya, including 4 rebounds for the point guard out of San Sebastian College and Lyceum University.
You know, we thought that it was going to be a struggle para dito sa Manila with the loss of Pau Habelona due to sickness, but Enzo Navarro stepping up big time, and it feels like there's no absence of any point guard right here. We do wish Pau Habelona to get well soon towards their next games as well.
Get well soon, Pau. Well, you mentioned absence. There has been an absence of offensive production for Quezon City here in the second half.
After a very high-scoring first quarter, they've only scored 18 points in the second and the third. But slowly but surely, they're getting their rhythm back here in the fourth. But it could be too late para dito sa QC.
Buti pagkatapos ng college, gumaling ka na mag-math, no?
medyo may katagalan pa rin, pero at least na umaabot.
Oh, nagugulat ako eh. Coach Gabby Severino in Manila, they do not want to take their foot off the gas pedal here in this game. As much as possible, they want to stick it to Quezon City. It will do wonders for their confidence, and it will do wonders for their team as a whole, especially with the inconsistent start that they had. And if you guys just tuned in, Dabal Husseini was ejected from this game at the start of our third quarter after committing an act of violence against Marco Sari before the halftime break. Bienes misfiring there para sa Quezon City. It's been a problem for QC here in the second half, their offensive production. O'Malley to the left side. Hanapi had time to set his feet. And obviously, it's not knocking down shots here for Quezon City. But what has led to them not making their shots, or what has led to them not getting quality looks?
Itong Quezon City, of course, they really wanted to go for that outside shot. When that started not hitting, they had to readjust, go inside. But with the side of Manila, nahirapan talaga ang Quezon City with their usual sets. But they also have to commend the defense of Manila. They've been playing the passing lane perfectly. They're trying to deny any pass. And talagang nahirapan lang itong flow ng offense ng Quezon City to get their best options.
Kenji Roman airballing that three. Time slowly slipping away here for the Toda Action. Lorenzo Navarro delivering that beautiful feed to James Sena underneath. We bring you our lucky fans of the game, brought to you by Buenas. Navarro, two-man game with James Sena. O'Malley back to Sena. James Tempra, unang pasok sa laro na to. Couldn't get it on that push shot. Chino Mosqueda leading the break. Bienes catches, sets, fires, splashes it home.
Finally, Bienes trying to carry his team back to a comeback. 5 points para sa kanya dito in the fourth quarter.
Oh, this is his best game of the season, no doubt. Escandor leans in, left hand finish is good.
Talk about best game of the season. Francis Escandor really stepping up big time. 16 big points for F. Escandor here in the ball game.
64-45. We're nearing the halfway point of this fourth quarter. Ballesteros on top. Couldn't hand it off to Paeng Are. Roman to Mosqueda. Chino puts the ball on the deck, flips it up. That's good para kay Chino Mosqueda. Now, that's also a guy that has been relatively absent from their scoring this afternoon. Ito si Chino Mosqueda, only 5 points in the game.
A guy who really does a heavy load on their offensive set. Only 5 points in today. And not the best game para dito kay Chino.
Escandor will try another one. That one is off the mark. Oh, Sean O'Malley's able to pick it up and get it in there on that hook shot. 66-47.
Very underrated skill of Sean O'Malley is how quick his hands are. Pinakita niya doon. Very quick hands on the read.
That's his first basket of the game, surprisingly. It felt like he already scored a bunch of baskets. But that's been the story for Manila. because everybody has been chipping in, di mo na nalalaman kung sino talaga yung nakakascore na marami, kung sino pa yung hindi nakakascore.
Everybody that was put inside the ball game really has provided well para dito sa Manila. And that is the story of the ball game. It's been a team effort para dito sa Manila for them to be able to get this victory right here.
Yambing has checked in back to the game para kay Coach Egay Macaraya, second leading scorer for Quezon City this season. But this afternoon, Yambing hasn't been able to make a dent in the box scores in terms of making points para sa Quezon City, only with 3 this afternoon. Foul called against James Sena. Second personal laban sa kanya. Number 4 on Manila here in this quarter. 4 minutes and 31 remaining in this game. Ballesteros near the top of the circle. Are fakes out Mitchell. Sena switches on him. Bienes fills. Couldn't get the basket. Rebound to Ballesteros. Are will try again. This time goes inside. Foul called downstairs. That's going to be number 3 against James Sena.
I like how Coach Gabby is giving James Sena a lot of time here just to really get his rhythm here in the MPBL.
Now let's give some time to Ms. Andrea Indisa to deliver a report.
During the huddle, the coaches of QC said to keep an eye on Manila's 1. At this point now, they are not just outsized, but they are also outrun. Ang goal nila is to increase yung tempo ng laro, but the problem is hindi raw ganun ang nangyayari. So obviously, dun sila nahihirapan. And yes, guys, it's also a puzzle for them why they are getting good looks, yet not converting them to points. Their game plan before ay may angat yung bigs para they can penetrate, but that's not happening. And so the coaches demands for more aggression para mas makakuha ng chances to get in. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Andrea. Well, with 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in this game, only a miracle will be able to save QC. Escandor missing. This could be the start of it. Paying Are leading the break. Oh, that's another turnover for Toda Accion. Turnover number 9. Actually, in that department, they've been doing pretty much of a good job in taking care of the basketball. It's really knocking down shots. Sena, this time from the outside, showing the range there. James Sena in double figures in his MPBL debut with 10 points.
And how scary can this Manila team be? James Sena has gotten 2 off the pick and roll. Now he shows that he also has that pick and pop, showing that he has a lot of weapons in his arsenal.
And that's with the challenge coming from Jason Ballesteros. 2 former foes in the NCAA. Of course, Sena played for JRU while Ballesteros had his time with the San Sebastian Stags. 69-48, 21 na ang lamang dito ng Manila. Take a look at our assist leaders so far this season as of June 3. Arminion and Renzo Navarro tied for the top spot, averaging 7 times per contest, and Paulo Hubalde, Esid Gabo completing that list for our assist leaders. Navarro has been scoreless today, but 12 assists and 6 rebounds in 26 minutes of play. Of course, playing extended minutes with the absence of Paulo Javelona.
Textbook floor general para dito sa Manila. Itong si Enzo Navarro, 6 rebounds, 12 assists. Really able to connect with his teammates perfectly today.
He's been the captain of the ship this afternoon, and that ship has been sailing well. And they haven't been going through troubled waters, especially after that first quarter. Cosari is still being pressured here by Gonzaga na bagong pasok sa laro na to para sa Manila. So Coach Gabby Severino putting in some of his bench guys here at this point of the game. Try and give them some floor burn. That was Gio Alexis Gonzaga forcing the turnover against Quezon City.
We're talking about guys who's playing well today. Francis Escandor is also playing terrifically here in today's ball game, showing that he has a lot of threats as well. Can shoot the 3, can have that drive. Also has gotten some assists here in the ball game.
This is his best game of the season. Definitely, he has not broken into double figures until this afternoon. His best scoring output was 6 points. He did that twice this season. One against the Quezon Huskers and one against the Valenzuela Classics.
This guy is a definition of a rhythm scorer. Once he gets it going, tuloy-tuloy na para dito kay Francis Escandor. And once he got that first three, already was able to be consistent throughout the ball game.
And talking about three-point shots, JP Cawilan has been a master of that here in the MPBL. Of course, he formed that deadly 1-2 punch with Jeff Viernes last year with Sarangani as F. Escandor scores on another outside shot. Talking about JP Cawilan again, he has also been absent from the production of Quezon City.
Could have been a big help para dito sa Quezon City with that length and that outside shooting, but just not part of the game plan of Coach Bong Ramos and Coach Egay Macaraya for today's ball game. Will be a lot of adjustments because Quezon City may be falling down to 4-7, and they will be at number 11 in that Northern Division.
Gonzaga couldn't save it to the right guy. Here comes Paeng Are all the way. Not a lot of English on that shot, or at least it wasn't the right flow on that basketball. We now enter the final 2 minutes of this one, brought to you by GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX. And with everything looking bleak here for Quezon City, it seems that, just like what Juanito said earlier, they will be falling to 4-7, while the Manila SB Batang Sampaloc SGA climbing up to 8-4, breaking the tie with Pasay and Rizal.
Very exciting playoff pictures we're having right away. Quezon City actually at some point was number 3 and number 4 here in the Northern Division early on in the season. So this team has the talent, has the skill, just needs a little bit more maturity towards the latter part of the season if they want a chance to break into that playoff.
No, they are, after all, a team composed mostly of young players itong Quezon City. Just a few veterans like Jason Ballesteros, Josan Nimes. Most of these guys almost fresh out of college. Bienes leaves a pass for Are. Cawilan wants it. Fly by on Tempra. No, Cawilan could not hit. Look how bad Quezon City has scored from the outside here in the second half. Overall, they are 9 out of 39 from the outside after going 6 out of 22. Do the math for me.
Has been a very bad second half for them. 4 of 17 in the second half. Barely 20% para sa kanila. Am I doing the math right, Javi?
That's why I let you do it. To spare me the burden of calculating that. 1 minute and change remaining in this game. We still have 2 more offerings after this matchup between Quezon City and Manila. Of course, the Pampanga Giant Lanterns will be going for their 10th straight victory against the Negros Muscovados right after this. And in our main game, South Cotabato Warriors will be testing the metal of the home squad, the Binyan, the Takgel Beast motorcycle tire.
I just want to mention, Javi, that we were talking about in the ball game, Gilas 1 members na nagtatapat, si Greg Slaughter and si Jason Ballesteros. Even Rab Aluseni had a stint with Gilas 1.
Yeah, that's true.
Coach Raiko Toroman is inside the building. I don't think that he is seen from the dugout, but he is here showing that he is also supporting his former players.
He is also a part of the Pampanga coaching staff. As a getaway is made there by Ralph Flores.
Looks like he's a favorite of his teammates, has 4 points in the ball game, and every time he scores, lahat nagwawala sa bench itong Manila.
Si Coach Gabby Severino. Sinabihan si Gio Gonzaga, ba't ka pa fumaul?
Siya lang ang hindi masaya sa bench ng Manila. Everybody celebrated after that basket, but Coach Gabby giving a little scolding to his player.
Alam mo naman, siyempre, Coach Gabby, he has been part of such great teams, such great coaching staffs. And he just wants to make sure to do things right on the floor. Ayaw niya naman na kahit lalamang sila ng malaking margin dito sa laro na to, magtatapo na lang sila ng mga opportunities.
Especially for a young guy like Gonzaga.
Yeah, he wants to make sure that they do things right.
Good learning experience for him.
Oh, look at Ralph Flores. He has not been short of confidence this afternoon.
6 points for Flores in the ball game.
His first basket, by the way, came at the end of the third quarter where he knocked down that buzzer beater by Are, scoring on a 3-point shot. A little bit too late now for Quezon City. We're about to wrap this up. Escandor will just dribble away the time. Just like we mentioned earlier, the Manila SB Batang Sampaloc SGA climbing to 8-4 here against the Quezon City Toda Action, who slide down to 4-7.
Every game, someone is added to the lineup of Manila. Last week, it's Greg Slaughter. Today, it's James Sena. So the strength of Manila still adding on to the season, peaking at the right time. And congratulations once again to Manila because they get their 3rd straight win here this season.
A lot of great contributors in this game, Juanito. But our Buenas best player of the game is former De La Salle Green Archer, Francis Escandor.
Well deserving of the player of the game honors if Escandor. His shooting really made a big impact, especially in that first half where they were able to get that big lead. And because of his shooting, they were able to slowly get the rhythm in getting this big lead. And Francis Escandor, the highest scorer in the game, well deserving of our player of the game.
76-57, our final score brought to you by GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Our best player of the game, Francis F. Escandor, is at courtside with our very own Andrea Andicio.
First of all, congratulations. Francis, hindi ka nakalaro last game. Samahan pa ng hindi nakalaro ngayon si Paolo Javellona plus the early ejection of Raba. Did you see that as a reason to step up?
Unang-una, siyempre hindi ako nakalaro last game. Gusto ko lang magbawi kasi siyempre I wasn't there for the team last game. So I really wanted to show what I could show this game. So yun nga, na early ejection si Kuya Robs and si Kuya Pao wala. So I think that was added motivation para sa akin.
It was a well-dominated win for you guys, but QC had a better start compared to your team. What do you think was the reason?
I think they came out more aggressive. We came out flat, pero at least we just continued to trust coach's game plan, and eventually we caught up, and then eventually we got the win.
That's nice to hear. Meron ka bang gustong batiin o pasalamatan?
Binabati ko lang yung aming sponsors, si Mayor Honey Lacuna, Congressman Sam Versosa, SGA Frank Lau, Awesome Smile Robust, Fortune Ray, Boss Ryan, Boss Raymond, Boss Emilio, Boss Joey, Tela Athletics, and Anytime Fitness Banawe. And sa family ko po, si kay Daddy, kay Mommy, Michelle Glenn, and to all my sisters. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Once again, that is Francis Escandor, our Buenas player of the game. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Andrea. Manila moves up in the team standings, giving chase to our defending champions, the Pampanga Giant Lanterns, who will be matching up with the Negros Moscovados up next here at the Alonte Sports Arena in Binyan City. Thank you so much for joining us here in our first game. Stick with us as we continue our coverage dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.